Hello everyone, and welcome to part 20 of my Fallout 4 playthrough. I am going to see if I can find me some XO1 armor before I carry out any more quests.
Look like you're kind of doing cartwheels too.
Okay.
I just need to trade gear with you.
Okay, sorry. There's enough dicking around.
Hey,
Come on. Good plan.
wait there.
I'll stay put. Done and done.
Well, not the power armor that I hoped it was, but power armor. Let's see what we can do. Okay.
Hi.
I have a variety of items that should prove useful in your surface missions.
Let's see what you got.
We must speak quickly. We cannot risk being discovered. I have made arrangements. I can get the 13 we discussed into position. But, tell me, do you think Mr. Benet's plan will work?
You having second thoughts?
I'd risk anything for my people. It's just that Mr. Benet is many things. But he isn't always the most practical. And this plan is very risky.
A better plan is to use this opportunity to rescue everyone. But Synths will have to fight for it.
And I thought Mr. Benet's plan was too ambitious. Of course, I'd fight for my freedom. And I know of a few others that might as well. But enough to face all the guards? Perhaps... if we stay... Yes. Even if most don't join the fight. But we should be prepared for some of the Synths to fight against us.
All people want to be free. They just need the opportunity to take it.
If the railroad inspires everyone like you do, the SRB is wise to fear you. You will give my people an opportunity, and they will flock to us. I admire Mr. Beignet a great deal. We can't tell him about this plan. It's his people we'll be fighting. I will talk to my friends. Meet me here tomorrow. If I don't make our appointment.
You get me what we talked about, and I'm in business.
Liam, I got your username and password.
You railroad guys really deliver, you know? Hooking that ancient tech up to the modern terminals is going to be seriously time-consuming. Even with that pass, so hand it over and I'll get started.
This is a delicate operation. Are you okay if we have to use violence?
Good question. If we find ourselves in that position, we pull the plug and wait for another opportunity. We can't risk anyone's life over this. It's all right. I'm used to being ignored.
Here you go.
Great. Listen, I need a favor. Z-114 is working the atrium again. Can you give him an update? It's safer if you do it. That project you helped with, it's coming along. You understand, right? That project you helped with, it's coming along. You understand, right?
From what I hear, that rogue synth at Libertalia is a real menace. Glad it's back where it belongs. Nice work bringing that rogue synth back.
You know what I call a good day? One that ends without an empty stomach.
Okay, back to the main quest. That was crazy.
Sounds like those raiders at Libertalia were quite a handful.
I asked my friends if they'd take up arms for their freedom. I was surprised at the number of volunteers. Perhaps once the fighting begins, many others will join us. But we will fight and die very quickly unless we have weapons. Given the right materials, we can make our own crude but serviceable weapons.
I have weapons I can give you.
Excellent. Deposit anything you can spare in Maintenance Closet 3B. But we need enough weapons to arm, so the ingredients are...
What ingredients?
Gunpowder, laser focusing crystals, and a couple...
Couldn't we just steal?
All munitions are tightly guarded by the SRB, and surprise is easy.
Uh-huh. Fighting the Institute with crappy...
We outnumber the scientists many times over. We've come up with a plan for... The Institute's always expanding. Excavate. The mining equipment has been packed into crates, and they haven't been moved yet. Thanks to Mr. Binet, the construction crew is populated solely by my friends. But, how do you feel about...
Who's guarding them?
A good number of early model synths.
I'll do it, if...
After you eliminate the guards, we'll move the supplies and blow up the tunnels behind us. To the SRB, it will be a tragic construction accident that killed many synths. Rare, but not unheard of. And then, our dead friends can assemble the weapon.
That project you helped with, it's coming along. You understand, right?
Bet it's pretty boring down here, compared to up there.
Father has done remarkable things. I would not exist were it not for him.
Father is more than just our leader. He is our creator.
Please direct all inquiries to G98.
Nothing to report, sir.
A monthly actuator in.
Thank you, strangers. Leave now. Soon, this will all be under rubble. Remember Z1's plan, everyone. Grab everything we can use. The crates, especially.
Too easy. Everything's sort of too easy at this point.
From what I hear, that rogue synth at Libertalia was a real menace. Glad it's back where it belongs.
Excuse me.
You are authorized to access my stock of supplies.
I'll take a look, sure.
You have done your part, and we'll do ours. Weapon construction will begin immediately.
This is a good start.
The greatest challenge remaining is keeping all of this secret from the SRB. So we're being very careful, which, unfortunately, takes time. For now, please continue working with Father. We can't afford for him to grow suspicious. When my people are ready, I will contact you.
last person that disobeyed Captain Ke...
Like we have a thruster imbalance. Tweaking pitch.
Is there anything you wish to tell me, Knight?
Not at all. I have nothing to hide.
I find that very hard to believe. Proctor Quinlan completed the decryption of the data you retrieved from the Institute. A portion of his findings included a list of synths that went missing or escaped from their underground facility. After careful analysis of the information, we've discovered something unprecedented. Paladin Dance is a perfect match for one of the synths on that list.
Is Quinlan absolutely certain?
Proctor Quinlan validated the information numerous times. I can assure you, his results are accurate. The data you brought back included a record of each subject's DNA. We keep the same information on file for all of our soldiers. Paladin Dance's DNA is a perfect match for a synth they called M797. To make matters worse, he's gone AWOL. Disappeared without a trace. His sudden absence simply reinforces our conclusion that M797 and Paladin Dance are one and the same. I'm finding it difficult to believe that he never confided in you, and then swore you to secrecy.
After everything I've achieved, why would I jeopardize my position here?
You make a fair point. Apparently, I've misjudged you, which means I've decided to take you at your word. However, that doesn't absolve you of your duty. Dance is a synth. He represents everything we hate, a monstrosity of technology. Our mission in the Commonwealth is clear. The Institute and its creations need to be destroyed in order to preserve our future, which leaves me facing the most difficult order I've ever given. I'm ordering you to hunt down Dance and execute him.
I won't do it. Dance deserves a chance to explain himself.
From where I'm standing, Dance isn't seeming like the guilty one here.
You will do it. This is not up for judgment or debate. I'm giving you a direct order, Knight, and I expect you to follow it without question. Listen, I'm not blind to the fact that Dance was your mentor, and this isn't an easy burden to bear. But if we're to remain strong, we can't afford to make exceptions. Even when it means executing one of our own. Find Proctor Quinlan. He's been analyzing the data and should be able to provide you with a starting point. And Knight, there's a promotion for you riding on the results of these orders. So don't disappoint me. You're dismissed.
We're getting a 3% Z-tilt. Adjusting thrust recommended.
Attention all personnel. This is to serve as a reminder. Scribe Naraya's mole rat subjects are not pets.
Knight.
They are
I
crucial
was
military
told you were
resources.
coming. Sorry about this business with
As
Dance.
such, they are not to be fed by any personnel save Scribe Naraya and her team.
What do you know about
any violation of this policy
While I
will
was
result in severe
decrypting all
discipline.
of the data you acquired from within the Institute, I came across a list. It appears that the Institute keeps exemplary records where their synths are concerned, including logging those that were reported missing. As I was perusing this list, I came across an image of Dance under the heading M797. A quick DNA comparison with our own records told the rest of the tale. I'm certain this comes as quite a shock to you, Knight. I'm sorry.
I don't need apologies. I need to know where he is.
Yes, you're quite right. I've been poring over Dance's duty reports, and unfortunately, I haven't found any concrete information. As you're well aware, Dance had intimate knowledge of the Commonwealth, and I'm afraid he could be seeking refuge anywhere. I think our best approach would be to identify every location he's ever visited and eliminate them as possibilities one by one. You may want to get comfortable. This could take quite a bit of...
What the hell is this crap about Dance being a synth?
I assume your outburst was a reference to some doubt regarding Dance's identity. I can assure you that my findings are quite accurate, Scribe.
So he sets Dance up, and then you knock him down. Is that it?
How did you hear about it?
There are no secrets in the Brotherhood. Maxon's made it clear that we're to locate Paladin Dance, and if we find him, report his location to you. That can only mean you've been sent to hunt him down.
I don't like your tone, Halen.
My tone? Who cares about protocol at a time like this? I can't believe that after everything Paladin Dance did for you, you're just gonna turn your back on him like this. There's obviously been a mistake, and we need to get to the bottom of it.
Scribe Halen! You're addressing a senior officer, and you will show him the respect that he's due. Or so help me, I'll have you brought up on charges. Now, unless you're here with information that can assist us, I suggest you return to the police station immediately.
Of course. My apologies, Proctor. I believe I have some information that's relevant to the search.
Very well then. Would you care to enlighten us? Or do we have to wait until you decide to grace us with your knowledge?
Knight, if you'd accompany me to the flight deck, I'd like to show you the information I've compiled firsthand. I've stored the data on my Vertibird gunship's computer.
Change of heart, Halen?
Just following orders, sir.
Proceed, Knight. I'll continue doing my research here.
If you'll follow me, sir.
Not much of a sight yourself.
Hey.
I'm listening.
Nick.
You got time to talk now?
Can we maybe do this?
Yeah, later's fine.
Right. Hey.
I'll see what I can do.
Hey, Valentine.
You got time to talk now?
What's wrong?
Wrong? Oh no, nothing's wrong.
We've just been traveling for a while now, and I figured, especially after all that stuff with Dima, that you deserve to know more about me. So, is there anything you want to know?
So who are you, Nick?
That's a question I've been trying to figure out myself for a long damn time. I know I'm a synth, authentic Institute handiwork, but I'm still mechanical, not bioengineered like the fancy synths giving everyone the willies these days. I get tune-ups now instead of checkups.
You remember when Dima was talking about the Institute's personality experiments? My memories, my personality. They're all lifted from some cop who volunteered for an experiment back before the war. They scanned his brain and copied it onto the hardware that runs between my ears. Don't know why they chose to make a robot based on some pre-war cop, instead of a math genius or a bioengineer. But hey, maybe that's why the Institute tossed me in the garbage instead of turning me into one of their people snatchers.
That's terrible. They really just threw you away?
Sure did. It was quite the rude awakening. I remember waking up one day in a garbage heap, a body in tatters and a head full of memories belonging to a man who'd been dead. Suffice to say, it was a confusing couple of weeks. Folks didn't really know much about synths back then, so when I finally ran into people, they mostly treated me with... But the kids, they weren't afraid. I think his name was Jim. The first person to actually speak to me after I got the boot from the Institute. My first human contact in this world. Grilled me for an hour. Once they'd seen I wasn't going to hurt anyone, the other folks in the neighborhood came out to ogle the mechanical man. It eventually turned into a pretty swell soiree. The local mechanic even gave me a once-over, free of charge. Those people, they treated me like a human being. I've been trying to return. It's a surprisingly rare trait out here sometimes. It's something I've noticed stuck around.
Where's...
I had to go back and say thanks. once I'd gotten myself established. But
right.
Don't know what happened to the people.
If you're good to people, they'll be good back. That's something I've always believed.
Couldn't agree more. Well, I expect you're about as bored as can be listening to me.
Uh-huh.
Hey, you, got a sec?
Does bashful mode come standard on all synths, or did you have to pay extra for that?
Heh, no. Only on me. I wouldn't normally bother you with this sort of... For as long as I can remember, I've been getting these, memories of places I've never been. Things I've... They're not bad, they're just this inescapable reminder that I'm not the person I think I am. I'm just a machine.
Someone your age should be happy to have any memories at all, let alone a spare set.
I suppose so. But having to juggle my memories and all Nick's baggage... Don't get me wrong, I know I'm in Nick's debt. These memories, they've kept me alive. Nick was a hell of a cop. A guy with good instincts and a good heart. I always counted myself lucky they didn't load me up with some ex-con. But it's thanks to Nick that I pass for human. Why I get to live cushy in Diamond City, and every other synth is... I know I got it good, but... everything that makes me who I am. And I can't do a damn thing. All I want is a life where I have something I can call my own.
You've already built a life for yourself, Nick. You've got the agency, a home, friends.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. You know, I'm just gonna need some time to think on. Thanks. You know, there is this chunk of Nick Valentine history I've been hoping to put a bow on for a while now. I could use a hand if you're willing to take a crack at it. That's fine. We'll talk later.
Heads up.
I'm all ears.
Hey, Valentine.
Attention.
Any chance you've rethought helping me close out some Nick Valentine
Any personnel
history?
who have not completed their annual medical evaluation should report to
What's the
Night
case?
Captain Cade
Well, this
immediately
one's
to
straight
schedule an
out of the...
examination.
Once upon a time, in the land of Boston,
That is all.
there lived a king of organized crime. Eddie Winter. He was a bad man who did a lot of bad things. Hurt a lot of innocent people. But he knew the end was coming. So he sealed himself inside a personal shelter, located underneath a sub-shop.
Eddie Winter was from my time.
The story gets even more twisted. The arrogant bastard, so he could come out of that shelter someday into this brave new...
Right.
Only Eddie didn't want to be a frozen banana. No cryo...
Sure. Jeez, you've really done your homework on this guy.
I have. I uncovered a doozy. Eddie Winter went and turned himself into a ghoul 200 years before it was fashionable. Hell, he was probably the first one. And I'm convinced that he's still locked inside that shelter. Safe and sound. I'm gonna find him and kill him.
All right, Nick. Let's get the...
You're a good man. Now, I know where Winter's vault is, but the door is sealed. Back in the day, he recorded 10 holotapes, incriminating different criminal associates.
Sure.
We find all of those holotapes, we get all the numbers. We get all the numbers, we get the code. And then we get Winter.
Right.
I've been putting together a file on this one for a while now. Including one of Winter's. I managed to snatch from the Cambridge police evidence lockup. My gut tells me the Boston needed. Probably worth paying a visit to any of the departments you might have stumbled.
Yeesh, it gets boring.
Excuse me, Scribe Halen.
Do you actually plan on killing Paladin Dance?
Aren't you supposed to tell me we're dead?
Yes. But before I do, I need you to listen to what I have to say. I've known Paladin Dance ever since I was an initiate. He trained me, showed me the ropes, and when I screwed up, he taught me to dust myself off and move on. He's earned my admiration, my respect, and my friendship. I don't care what Quinlan's report says. I don't care if he's a machine or not. He still dances.
Why are you telling me all of this?
Because someone has to before you rush off and carry out Maxon's orders without thinking about what you're doing. Dance is the most selfless person I've ever met. I've watched him risk his own life based on nothing more than principle alone. That's why I'm asking you. Not just as a member of the Brotherhood, but as a human being. Give him a chance. Let him tell his side of the story. If you're not convinced by what he says, or somehow he's become truly lost to us, then you do what you have to do.
Yeah, what Maxon's asking, it isn't just.
All right, I'll hear him out.
That's all that I ask. I'll just have to trust that when the time comes, you'll do the right thing. Before the Pribwin showed up, Dance had me identify a fallback point if we ever lost the police station. It was Listening Post Bravo, an old pre-war US military outpost on the northern frontier of the Commonwealth. It's isolated, and we're the only ones that knew about it. So, there's a good chance that's where he's headed. Just be careful. There's no telling what state of mind he's in right now, or if he trusts any of us at all.
Look alive.
Do something for you?
Nick.
How we doing on the hunt for Eddie's tapes?
How about some doo-wop hits instead?
The only two...
Uh-huh.
Unless you like getting radiation sickness. I'd... stay away. Look alive.
How we doing on the hunt for Eddie's tapes?
Still searching for them.
Just let me know. What's the plan?
Hey, Valentine.
What? Oh, sorry. Just got my head full of...
Before I answer...
I'll keep.
It's hard to...
I spent a long... I always thought I was just more of their...
Right.
It's gotta be... I'd appreciate...
What kind of...
I don't know.
Of course, Nick.
Thanks.
Everything seems to be proceeding according to plan, sir. A pleasure to see you again, sir. Are you ready to depart?
Time to hit the road.
Excellent. I'll
Those big, ugly bastards sure hit us hard.
Yeah?
Won't be able to pick this.
Going down. Hostile target detected. Just the last of them. Justice will be done. Target down.
Excuse me.
I'm not surprised Maxon sent you. He never liked to do the dirty work himself.
Why didn't you tell me, Dance?
Because I didn't know. Until Quinlan got that list decoded, I thought synths were the enemy. I never expected to hear that I was one of them. If it wasn't for Halen, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. So, what are your orders?
No. But I'm hoping there's a way out.
Don't be ridiculous. Look, I'm not blind to the fact that this must be difficult for you. I wish Maxon had sent someone else, but that doesn't change a thing. I'm a synth, which means I need to be destroyed. If you disobey your orders, you're not only betraying Maxon, you're betraying the Brotherhood of Steel and everything it stands for. Synths can't be trusted. Machines were never meant to make their own decisions. They need to be controlled. Technology that's run amok is what brought the entire world to its knees, and humanity to the brink of extinction. I need to be the example, not the exception.
If you really feel that way, why did you run in the first place?
The moment I learned the truth, I knew my life was in danger. I'm a soldier, so self-preservation kicked in. I needed to regroup and assess the situation. Once I got here, and I had some time to think, I realized I'd just made everything worse. I should have stayed on the Prydwen and accepted the inevitable. Like I said, I need to be the example, not the exception.
I can't tell if that's the human.
The fact that you're confused only strengthens my decision. I'm ready to accept the consequences of my true identity. Maxon's ordered you to execute me, and I'll be damned if I...
Is there any way?
We both know that if you refuse, I can't allow...
No.
I can't believe you'd risk your life just to keep me alive. Why would you do that for me?
You're the proof that Maxon's wrong. You're a synth, but everything you've done has been for the good of mankind.
You're right. How could I have been so blind? I'm not technology that's gone out of control. I've been a benefit. Perhaps now that you've opened my eyes, I can...
Yeah, there is that little problem.
Actually,
The only clear choice is for me to leave. The sooner I make for the border, take my holotags. Use them to prove that your mission was a success. Now, come on.
Uh-huh.
Going up. Ground floor.
How dare you betray the Brotherhood?
It's not his fault. It's mine.
I'll deal with you in a moment. Knight, why has this thing not been destroyed?
He's not a thing. He's one of your best men.
Have you taken leave of your senses? Dance isn't a man. It's a machine. An automaton created by the Institute. It wasn't born from the womb of a loving mother. It was grown within the cold confines of a laboratory. Flesh is flesh. Machine is machine. The two were never meant to intertwine. By attempting to play God, the Institute has taken the sanctity of human life and corrupted it beyond measure.
After all I've done for the Brotherhood, all the blood I've spilled in our name, how can you say that about me?
You're the physical embodiment of what we hate most. Technology that's gone too far. Look around you, Dance. Look at the scorched earth and the bones that litter the wasteland. Millions, perhaps even billions, died because science outpaced man's restraint. They called it a new frontier and pushing the envelope, completely disregarding the repercussions. Can't you see the same thing is happening again? You're a single bomb in an arsenal of thousands, preparing to lay waste to what's left of mankind.
You're comparing Dance to a nuclear bomb?
This machine might not be a bomb, but its goal is exactly the same. Place it where you want the damage done, and when you least expect it, it delivers a lethal blow without warning and without mercy. A precision strike delivered right at the heart of the enemy. How can you trust the word of a machine that thinks it's alive? A machine that's had its mind erased, its thoughts programmed, its very soul manufactured. Those ethics that it's striving to champion aren't even its own. They were artificially inserted in an attempt to have it blend into society.
It's true. I was built within the confines of a laboratory, and some of my memories aren't my own. But when I saw my brothers dying at my feet, I felt sorrow. When I defeated an enemy of the Brotherhood, I felt pride. And when I heard your speech about saving the Commonwealth, I felt hope. Don't you understand? I thought I was human, Arthur. From the moment I was taken in by the Brotherhood, I've done absolutely nothing to betray your trust, and I never will.
It's too late for that now. The Institute has foolishly chosen to grant you life. You simply should not exist. I don't intend to debate this any longer. My orders stand.
It's all right. We did our best. You convinced me that I was wrong to be ashamed of my true identity, and I thank you for it. Whatever you decide. Know that I'm going to my grave with no anger and no regrets.
Touching. Either you execute Dance, or I will, Knight. The choice is yours.
After all the sacrifices I've made, and all the battles I've fought for the Brotherhood, you need to listen to me. You owe me that much.
Very well. I'm listening.
Whether he's human or not, Dan saved the lives of countless Brotherhood soldiers. Now it's time you saved his.
You're a stubborn man. So, it appears we've arrived at an impasse. Allowing Dance to live undermines everything the Brotherhood stands for. Yet you insist that he remains alive, which leaves me with only a single alternative. Dance, as far as I'm concerned, you're dead. You were pursued and slain by this Brotherhood Knight. and your remains were incinerated. From this day forward, you are forbidden to set foot on the Prydwen, or speak to anyone from the Brotherhood of Steel. Should you choose to ignore me, know you'll be fired upon immediately. Do we understand each other?
I do. Thank you for believing in me, Arthur.
Don't mistake my mercy for acceptance. The only reason you're still alive is because of him. I'm returning to the Prydwen Night. Take some time. Say your goodbyes. And then I expect to see you there. We still have the Institute to deal with.
This area could withstand a sustained. It took a hell of a lot of guts to stand up to Maxon like that.
Friends take care of each other.
That they do. Which is why I didn't plan on spending the rest of my days at this old listening post. Besides, you're still gonna need my help. And I'll be damned if I'm gonna let you wander the Commonwealth alone. Now, you better get back to the Prydwen. In the meantime, I'll stop. If you ever need me...
Can't you come with me now?
You heard what Maxon said. If I'm seen aboard the Prydwen, at the police station, or at the airport, not only would I be killed, but if you need me to take the fight anymore...
What about Halen?
I don't think Maxon knew she was involved, so she'll be safe. I'll contact her, and let her know what happened here.
Are you gonna have a problem killing Synth?
I might physically be a synth, but my heart, the Institute, is still a tremendous threat to the Commonwealth. I promise you.
Goodbye, Dance.
Farewell. I hope the next time we meet, it will be under happier circumstances.
Alright, that does it for this episode. Be back with more later.